Hello, everyone. George is here. And again, this is a new episode about creating new offers in your business that takes your competitive product into an offer that you can sell it at a higher price, at a higher profit. And at the same time, you can scale your business with it. So today we're going to talk about one important component of creating the offer of taking your competitive product and make it one of the kind in your market, at least like this is the way your clients will perceive it. So today we're going to talk about like what really goes beyond creating an offer, what goes really beyond creating a winning offer and an offer that really people want in first place, and they see it as high perceived value, they see it in a high demand, and they cannot say no to it. And that is critical because most products that I see in the market, or maybe you have in your business, if they are competitive, and I guess like most of the products are competitive and they are like in very red ocean and the competition is fierce and you offered so much discounts and you have tough times to sell, especially in the pandemic or any other circumstance in the market, you have to take that kind of product and put it in a way that people perceive it in a high value. And I'm going to show you like what is the sequence that we go and do that, or what is the first step that you can go and do that in first place. In the meantime, I have posted an article today that talks about that component, and that component is about the belief, like what goes beyond the problem that your customer is facing when they come to you seeking your solution. And again, your solution is no more than a product that you offer or a service that you offer for a specific problem that people are facing. But when we discuss the problem, like I see in the market that people focus so much on the problem, and then they say, for this problem, I have this solution. And when you ask them, when you dig in a little bit about what's going on beyond that problem, you find that most people, they have no idea what is the trigger that goes beyond a problem in their customer's mind, so they can communicate to literally to that component, because the problem is just like the layout, the problem is just the facade, the problem is just like what we see as a symptom. So you can go to the doctor if you have a or someone, not you, if someone has like a real disease and the doctor give them just a painkiller, go take like this kind of placebo and you'll be fine. That doesn't work. Like the doctor, your doctor dig in literally what's happening beyond these symptoms, beyond what we see in our eyes, or we sense with our senses. So we need to dig in. Your offer is the same, because in your business, you are not a business owner and you are not entrepreneur and you are not like all those kind of hypes that happens in the market. I want to change the world. I want to democratize whatever. I am the guru. I don't know. Like you have not you don't need to put yourself like in this kind of hypes that happens in every single market. Like I've been seeing this for at least the last 10 years. With the rise of startups and crazy things are going in every single industry. If you need really to solve a problem that gives your client a real result, to help your client to bridge at least from the problem, the symptom that you can see, to a real result, you have to understand this component, which is like belief. So belief, like, all right, what's the belief? The belief is a combination, and we need to understand like what goes beyond the belief. And once you understand that, it becomes like easier for you to solve any kind of problem, not only for your client, but also for yourself, for your kids, for your family, for your friends, for your parents. Like wherever you go, you can solve those kind of problems. So the belief, when it happens when we have two components. We have a thought, we have a negative thought or positive thought, and that thought, it gives us like a feeling and emotion. So the combination of both that goes for a certain period of time, we call that a belief, because the thought and the emotion create what we call the attitude in the short time, the longer the attitude takes in our state and our identity, we call that a belief. So even when you go to church or a mosque or wherever you go, like those kind of belief, it has a thought component and a feeling or an emotion component. Like this is what we call, like this is what belief. This is my belief. I believe in this. I don't believe in that. So this is the kind of belief, and that also apply in your business. And you have to understand that, because when your client is facing a problem, they are not scratching the surface, and the problem is not what you see. You have to dig in. You have to go beyond the symptoms that you can see when you are trying to solve this kind of problem. So the belief is the component that you need to look at, and to understand it, you have to figure out like what's going on in your client head, what's going on the emotion and feeling side. Once you start figuring those out, like what are the scenarios, what are the stories they are telling themselves, what's going on like exactly in their head, we usually ask like a couple of questions like why. The more you dig, the more you figure out. Because most people, when they tell you like I need more money in my business, I need to achieve more of that in my business, those are symptoms, those are the surface, those are like you are scratching the skin, you are not digging in exactly on every single organ that to figure out as a physician or a doctor like what's happening with your patient. So remember, in your business, you are not a business owner, you are not an entrepreneur, like you are literally a therapist, you are a healer. Because when your client is facing a problem, they are having like this kind of negative feeling and negative that create this kind of negative belief. And once they have this kind of negative belief, it keeps them in a circle of negativity, of a problem, of mental like paralyzed, that they cannot advance in their life, no matter what they want to do. If they want to buy a shirt to look more beautiful, they have a limiting belief inside them that is holding them back from getting this kind of feeling. If you want to make your client to feel more powerful with a consulting, coaching, a purse that you are selling, it works with every single product. It works with every single service that you may be selling. So that belief, once you start tapping on that belief, when you understand like really what goes beyond the problem itself, it becomes so much easier. And I want to show you exactly like how it goes. What is the it is like very simple process. All what you do, just apply it, and you can start to see the result in your business. So this is how it goes. Three components are super important when you want to figure out what is the problem, how to solve a problem for your client. You are not solving a problem, you are solving a false belief. You are not trying to create a solution for a problem. You are helping your client to bridge from that limiting belief, from that false belief, from that negative thinking, from that negative feeling, what we call negative belief. You are helping them to bridge from that circle, because if they can do it themselves, they don't need your help. They don't need your solution. They don't need your product. They don't need your offer. For some reason, they are going throughout this circle and they are paralyzed not to take any action in order to achieve what they want to achieve. So you go beyond the surface, you go beyond the problem, you go beyond the symptoms, and then you figure out exactly where the problem, like the real problem is in the belief, and is not what you see, like, or what your clients sometimes tell you. Because I see some entrepreneurs and business owners, they go and ask the client. Like, it's good to ask the client. You have to keep asking, and you have to analyze what goes beyond those questions, because most likely your client, when they tell you something, is not the real thing they are looking for. They are telling you the symptoms. They are telling you the surface. So you have to dig in as specialist, as a healer, as a therapist, as a real business owner and entrepreneur, to go beyond like those kind of problems to understand what's happening. So this is how it goes. Three important components that you have to focus on are like the current situation, like what your client is facing at this stage. And I have like the sad face, because nobody in a problem and they enjoy, like, I have a problem. Like, you don't wake up in the morning and say like, today I'm going to be mad for 24 hours, or I'm going to be sad for the whole day. Nobody does that. Like, everybody wants to be happy, everybody wants to be like empowered, everybody wants to be like having like this kind of freedom. So you have to understand like what is the current situation of your client. And the current situation is no more than understanding their limiting belief at the current problem. So if I am selling, like if my client, for instance, they are stuck in their business and they cannot go beyond selling their products more than $100 or raise their prices, or like creating an offer that sells at 15,000 or 20,000 or 30,000 or 100,000, I need to understand what goes beyond the problem, that problem. So they come to me and they say, I have problem with making money. I have problem with making profit. I have a problem with selling. I have a problem with running a successful marketing campaign. I have all those problems, but I need to dig in and to understand exactly what is holding them back. Because you go to the market, you can hire any professional, you can get an online course, you can get the right information, but if you don't have the right belief, you cannot apply those and get the results that you want to get. And I guess like most consultants, most coaches, they have a lot of value, but the problem that is happening with their clients is those coaches, they don't focus on the limiting belief. They scratch the surface with the problems and they think they are solving the problem. And this is where they start to hit the wall with their client. So I want to assure that you need to analyze what's going back, like in the back end of every single problem. And usually we have three kinds of problem, or three kinds of false belief, or three kinds of limiting belief. And those problems always happen in this way. The first problem, the first limiting belief, is always related to the identity of your client. And with that being said, it means that your client is having something internal that is putting them down, is stressing them out, is like preventing them from at least getting the steps they should be getting toward getting the result, or toward applying the solution that you share with them to get a specific result. So this is one. Two, like another false belief or another limiting belief, it's about any external factor that happens in the market. It's about the outside. It's about what's going on, like with the other. Could be the economy, could be someone in their family, could be their kids, could be the school, could be their spouse, could be anyone or anything outside them, outside their identity in a way that is holding them back, or they blaming that someone or that thing to hold them back from getting what they want to get. And the third one is also related to the outside, and we call it about the solution. Because your solution or your product or your offer is no more than just a vehicle. It is like a car, literally. People, they call you to get your solution because they want to jump on your car so they can drive, or you can drive them faster to their desired situation, to their results, because they are not able to drive. They are not able even to step outside that environment. So nobody wants to be in the environment of stress. Nobody wants to be in the environment of problem. Nobody wants to be like in those all kind of situations and the problems and limiting belief. Like nobody enjoy being in here at all. But yet most people, they do it always. So you help your client with your solution, which is like just a vehicle. It is a real car. If it is a fast car that you can take your client from their current situation toward what they really want, their desired situation. So desired situation is when they get result, because I see people and entrepreneurs and business owners, they focus so much on like the solution. We say like, or they say, for every single problem, I have the best solution. For this problem, I have this solution. For this problem, I have this product. For this problem, I have this kind of offer. That doesn't work. Like if you don't show your client literally and you work with them like on the false belief. This is why when we create the offer, we choose the wording, we choose NLP kind of transcript and structure, because every single word that you put on your sales funnel or on your website or on your email, or that you say it over the phone, it has to be well crafted, because it goes and communicate back to that false belief. We don't just like post anything random. We post hypnotic script. We post like a sequence of wording that really help your client at least mentally rehearse how they can step out that this kind of environment in their life or in their business. So with that being said, your vehicle of transformation, it has to have also a couple components. And you have to promise yourself and you have to promise your client to offer those kind of components, because if you don't, someone else will do. And when they do, they get your market. So don't go and sell something that is half-half or average or mediocre or another product in the market or another offer in the market. Always offer like those kind of components. And those components, your solution has always, or your offer has always to have a faster, like get your client from this situation to that situation faster. It has to give them 10 times result. It has to have to give them a new level 10 opportunity. And by new opportunity, I say, because most likely when you say a solution or a product or an offer, your client, most likely they have a past experience with that. And they have a past experience with your solution or a similar solution, or they heard about a similar solution. That means like another limiting belief. It means another stressful situation. It means that they have past experience with that. They have a negative emotion with that. They have a negative belief or thinking with that. So most likely they're going to reject it. So we don't show something they already know. Don't show something that is another product in the market. What you should show them is a new opportunity, so they cannot associate any limiting false belief and from their past experience with it, so they can accept the mission with you, so they can walk the walk down the road with you, so to get the result they want to get. And you or your vehicle or your solution or your offer, it has to have a story. Because people, like, you can keep talking till tomorrow about your solution, how awesome it is, and how, like, what are the results that gives your client. But if they cannot associate with a real story, with a testimonial, with a review, with a story of you or a story of your client, they cannot understand it very well, and they cannot associate it with a human experience. So because at the end, the way we function as a human being, we function based on stories. So remember this, like when you are facing a problem, you start telling yourself a story, negative. And if you are experiencing something positive, you start telling yourself a positive story. So this is how the mind function. So your client function the same, because we are talking about a problem. Now your client is facing a negative kind of story. So you have to tell them an empowering story, a totally different story, so they can start to grasp and understand exactly where your solution fits and how the path works. What are the steps that goes beyond what they see in the offer itself, or beyond what they see on the solution itself. So remember those points. They are like super critical, and they are super important to bridge your client from their current situation to their desired situation. And the desired situation is the new result, where they don't have any pain, any stress, any problem. They have a new empowering belief instead of the false belief or limiting belief. You are bridging them from this situation to a better situation. So I want to leave you with that today. Like, think about your problem or the problem that you are solving, and go beyond the problem, because the problem is no more than a symptom that your client is experiencing. Go beyond that, understand what's happening in their mind, in their emotion, in their feeling, understand that limiting belief, and to understand it, it's super easy. Because most likely when you create an offer, you were like in that kind of situation before. Just remember your own story, remember your own experience, or remember the story or the experience of a previous client, and you can figure out like all those false beliefs. Just look back at your week or at your last month and figure out exactly what held you back, what stressed you out, what caused you to feel like uncomfortable. And you can make like a list of tens of things of those limiting beliefs. With that being said, I will leave you with that for today. Like, think about your problem as a false belief, as a limiting belief. Think about your client as like they want a real result, no pain, no stress, a new empowering belief. They don't just need any kind of information or solution or offer, because I see lots of hype in the market, and make sure that you offer them the right thing that they want to get. Don't forget to join my Facebook group, 100% Profit, where I share extensive and exclusive training. And this week, I'm going to release my first course specifically in that group. So you have to be in that group in order to get that course. And also, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, where you can get all those kind of training or free training every single day. So with that being said, I will see you tomorrow. And if you have any comment, just put that comment, and I will be happy to answer those in chat or in a previous episodes. And I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.